This time, we will be talking about rational inequalities in one variable, of course. No? So, rational inequality has the following standard form. We have an numerator in terms, for instance, of x over denominator, which is also in terms of x, for instance, where n and d are both polynomial functions, both the numerator and denominator. So, and this quotient is either less than, greater than, less than or equal to, or greater than or equal to 0. Okay? So that's the standard form. So again, here, where both the numerator n and the denominator d are what? Are polynomial functions. Is that clear, guys? Now, take note that the right side of this inequality must be what? Must be 0. Okay? So take note that the right side of the rational inequality must be what? Must be 0 in order to work with it. Okay, so if it's not 0, the right side, so it means it's not yet in standard form. And be sure you will able to express the left side in terms of a single fraction, where the numerator is a polynomial, the denominator is also a polynomial. Now, to solve this inequality, we need what we call critical numbers. Okay, so we have to determine the critical numbers. Of the rational inequality. What we mean by critical numbers of a rational inequality? Guys,
the number that will make the denominator 0.
And also the numerator. Okay? So determine the critical numbers of the rational inequality. So these critical numbers of the rational inequality, the critical numbers of a rational inequality are the zeros of both the numerator and denominator. Okay? So that is the roots of the following equations of n of x equals 0 and d of x equal to 0. Again, when you solve these equations, numerator equated to 0, denominator equated to 0, after solving the roots, so these numbers will serve as the critical numbers. Okay, guys? So take note that the zeros of the denominator, again, take note, are never solutions of the rational inequality. The zeros of the denominator d of x are never, never, in British, never, are never solutions of irrational inequality. Why is it, guys, that the zeros of the denominator are never solutions of a rational inequality? What do you think? Why do you think is it they are not solutions, guys?
Sir, the denominator will become 0.
Because the denominator will become 0 at each of these roots of the denominator equal to 0. Okay, guys? Very good. So, but the numerator can possibly be solutions, the zeros of the numerator. When is it that the zeros of the numerator are what? Are solutions of the rational inequality? When will be the case that the zeros of the numerator are solutions of the rational inequality? When you have what, guys?
Greater than equal to or less
Okay,
than
so
equal.
the zeros of the numerator, yan, the zeros of n of x are solutions if what? If the inequality involves what symbol? Involves what, guys? Involves either what, guys? Either greater than or equal to, or less than or equal to. Is that clear, children? But if the numerator, the zeros of the numerator, so the zeros of the numerator are not solutions if you have what? If you have less than or greater than 0. Okay, children? Did you get that, guys?
Yes po.
Again, the zeros of the numerator are also not solutions, if the inequality involves either what, guys? Either less than or what? Or greater than. Is that clear? Any question with this, guys? Now, after that, you are going to form a sign table. So form a sign what? Table. So still remember the sign table, guys? Or sign chart, no? Form a sign table using critical numbers arranged where? Using critical numbers arranged on what? On the number line, no? Is that clear? So let us have the following particular examples. Any question with such principles in solving rational inequality, guys?
Sir, can I take a screenshot po of the previous slide? Thank you, sir.
So find the solution set. Solution set of the given rational inequality. Number one. So let's say we have 4 over x minus 3 is less than 0. Is it already in standard form, guys? Yes, no? So we can now begin getting the critical number. Actually, there is only one, no? So begin getting the critical number just in the denominator. No critical number in the numerator. Why is it that there is no critical number in the numerator? Because it does not contain any variable. Is that clear? So only the denominator. So for the denominator, we have what? So again, sa numerator, no critical number. In the denominator, we have what? We equate the denominator to 0. So to get the 0 of this, so there is only one 0. And what is that, guys? That is
Positive.
3. No? So it means there is only one critical number. And we say that, take note, never, this is never a solution. No? Never a solution. Is that clear, guys? Guys? So you have to exclude that on the interval that we're going to have. Okay? So because it is in the denominator. Now then after that, we're now going to consider a number line. And there is only one, what? One partition, no? Is that clear, guys? What number, guys?
3.
3, no? So meaning just to the left and right of 3. Okay? And how many expressions do we have? Containing, how many expressions do we have? Containing variable, only one. Obviously, if you have 4, if you have this expression, so to the left is what? Ng 3, positive. To the right is still positive, no? Am I correct, children? Guys? Guys?
Yes po.
Okay. So we have how many expressions? X minus 3, tsaka 4. So to the right of 3, positive. To the left, negative, because there is no 0 in this expression. No? 4 has no 0. Okay? And then what about the second one? It is 0 here. To the right, positive. So again, to the right and left, they are both positive, ha? For 4. And for x minus 3, to the right, positive, to the left, negative, because the coefficient of x is positive. Is that clear, children? Why is it again to the right of 3 and to the left of 3, the sign of 4 is positive? Because 4 is always positive to the right and left. Am I correct, children?
Yes po.
Yes.
What if x is negative 4?
Negative.
Negative everything naman, no? Okay? Yan. So, always negative the sign. Is that clear?
Yes po, sir.
Because this is negative. So, always negative. Okay? That expression. Okay? Is that clear, children? So, what is the quotient? What is the quotient? Negative, positive. We want it to be what? Less than 0. So where is it less than 0, guys?
To the left.
To the left. So it means what interval is the solution? In set notation, set of all x such that x is a real number less than what?
3.
Less than 3, no? We don't include 3. In interval notation, negative infinity to less than 3. So it means we use parentheses. Okay? So that's the answer. So what about number 2? Let us have number 2. So let's say I have x minus 3 all over 5 minus 3x. Okay? And that is greater than or equal to 0. Okay? Is this already in standard form, guys? Is that already in standard form?
Yes.
Okay, so we can now proceed with the critical numbers. So for critical numbers, 1 in the numerator and 1 in the denominator because it contains one expression only. No? So we now have for the numerator, x minus 3 is equal to 0. So therefore, we get x equals 3. Since equation is part, so this is a solution. Check, na? It is a solution. Am I correct, children? It is part, okay? What about from the denominator? We have 5 minus 3x. So what is x, guys, when equated to 0?
Negative 3 over 5.
It is positive 5 over 3. Iho, am I correct? Iho.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, is it a solution to the inequality?
No
It's
po.
not because it is in the denominator. Okay, so we now have this number sign table. So let us have this sign table. So again, what is this, guys? Sign chart or sign table. So what are the numbers to be arranged on this number line? 3 and 5/3. Which one is to the left of each other? 5 of the other. I mean. 5 over 3, no? And then to the right is 3. Okay? So what are the expressions? In the numerator, x minus 3. In the denominator, 5 minus 3x. Take note that the coefficient of x in the second expression is negative. So, you should know the rule, no? So it is 0 here. X minus 3 is 0 when x is 3. So for the first expression, to the right of this 0 mark is positive. To the left of the 0 mark, so that is negative. What about in the second expression? Where am I going to put the negative signs and the positive signs? To the left, positive or negative?
Positive.
Positive. And to the left, negative. For what reason? Because the coefficient here is negative. If you try to check a number to the left of 5 over 3, so let's say 0. 5 minus 3 times 0, it is 5. So see, it is positive. If you choose a number to the right of 5 over 3, for example, 3. 5 minus 3 times 3. So that is negative 4, which is negative. Okay? So anything to the left, to the right of 5 over 3, this expression is negative. So you want to get the quotient. What's the quotient of these two expressions? First column, negative. Second, positive, the quotient. Third, negative. Am I correct, guys? Guys.
Sure.
So I want it to be what? To be greater than or equal to 0. So greater, so it's at the middle, no? The interval at the middle, no? So what is now the solution set, guys? Or anyone? Collection of all x such that what?
Is greater
X is
than
between
5
5 over 3
3
and
less
what?
than 3.
And 3. We include what? 3, no? Okay, guys? And in interval notation, that is open parenthesis, then 5 over 3, close bracket. Yan. So we now have
Sir,
3.
sir,
Yes.
can you please repeat why 5 over 3 is not included or why it's not a critical number?
It is a critical number, but it's not included in the solution.
Why po?
Because it makes the denominator 0.
Denominators.
Remember, division by 0
okay.
is not allowed. But 3 is included because it makes the numerator 0. Numerator 0, denominator is not. So still the left side is 0 and that is equal to 0. That's why we include 3.
So the numerator can be 0 po.
Sorry?
The numerator can be 0.
Yes, because if the numerator is 0, it is equal to 0, it is a solution. But let's say
Okay.
just greater. If it is just greater, we don't include also 3.
Okay.
Okay?
Yes,
We
sir.
include 3 because it so happens that equation is part. And once equation is part, the numerator, once it is 0 there, so it is also true that it is equal to 0. Okay?
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Let's now proceed to the second one. Third, I mean, no? Number 3. Let's say I have negative 5, then x plus 2 all over, let's say I have 4 minus x, and that is greater than or equal to 0. Is it already in standard form, guys? Yes, no? So we can now get the critical numbers. 1 in the numerator, 1 in the denominator, right? So it means negative 5x minus 10. Am I correct, guys? Equal to 0. What is the root?
Negative 2.
Negative 2. Okay? So what about in the denominator? 4 minus x is equal to 0. What is x?
4.
4. So what is never solution here? This 4, no? Is
Yes.
never a solution. But it is a critical number also of a rational inequality, but it is never part of the solution set. Is that
Sir, I
clear,
have a
guys?
question.
Yes.
Sir, so what if it's never the solution? How does that affect our answer?
It means you don't include that. That's why it is not part. In the solution set, we remove it. That's why we use parentheses to mean it's not part.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Because when you substitute that number, it will make the inequality a false statement. Because division by 0, as I said, it will never be 0. Okay? It is undefined. So it will not be true. What about negative 2? Can we accept negative 2 as a solution to this inequality?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Why? Because equation is part. Okay? Yeah. So let's now have the sign chart. So we now write this sign table or sign chart. Okay? How am I going to arrange? To the left, negative 2, no? to the right of -2, +4. And what are the two expressions, children? -5x minus 10. Am I correct?
Yes, Prof.
And then the other one, 4 minus x. Notice that both the coefficients of x in these two expressions are negative. So it means, where am I going to write the positive? To the right of what? Or to the left? Where am I going to write the positive? To the left of what? Of the 0 mark, no? So it is 0 here. So it is where the 0 mark is. Where is the 0 mark? We mark it where? Here, no? So again,
Yes.
to the right, negative. Am I correct? To the
Yes.
left of the 0 mark, positive. Okay? We want to get the quotient. Positive over positive, positive. Negative over positive is negative. Negative, negative. So that is positive. Which intervals are solutions, guys? Guys, we want it greater. Take note that we include what? -2, no? We include -2. So here also, we include 3. Yan. We mark it there so that you won't forget. Guys, so what intervals am I going to consider in the solution set? Children?
So
Greater,
-2.
no? So extreme, left and right, no? Okay? So we now have solution set. Set of all x such that what? X is less than or equal to what? -2. Or x is what? X is greater than 4. And we don't include 4, huh? What about in interval notation? How do we write this? -infinity to -2, bracket, no? Union with open parenthesis 4 to positive infinity. Okay? A question, guys? Number 4. Number 4. Okay? Let's say I have x plus 5 over x minus 1 is less than 2. Okay? So what is the first thing to do? Reduce to standard form. Is this already in standard form, children?
No, it is not.
So it's not, no? What's your name, Iho?
Sir Joey.
Joey. Surname.
Espiritu.
Okay. So it means you're full of spirit. Okay? There's a spirit helping you answering, no? So you have an ally. Okay? An allied person in the form of spirit. Okay, so what am I going to do with the 2? Transpose on the left side. Am I allowed to multiply it by x minus 1, guys? Guys, am I allowed to multiply it by x minus 1? Each side.
Yes, Prof.
No. Why is it that I am not allowed to multiply by x minus 1? Why is it that I am not allowed? What do you think? Guys,
Yes, quite sure.
because x minus 1 is what? Is what? Is not a fixed expression, meaning we do not know whether it is positive or negative since we do not know what x is. Since we do not know whether it is positive or negative, when we multiply, we do not know whether we're going to reverse this or not. Am I correct, children? Remember, if you multiply by a number, the inequality, the reversing the symbol of inequality depends on the sign of what? Of the multiplier. If it is negative, you reverse. If it is positive, retain. Am I correct? But x minus 1 is what? Is an expression containing variable. So you do not know whether it is positive or negative. So we don't know whether to reverse or not. So we're not allowed to multiply. Is that clear, children?
But if there's no variable, we multiply.
Yes, you are allowed if there's no variable. As long as your multiplier is not a variable. It's because you know what the value exactly is. If you multiply by negative, you know that it is negative. If you multiply by positive, you know that it is positive. So what am I going to do? Get the LCD. Is that clear? So what you do, you transpose everything on the left side and then get the LCD and then combine. Okay, guys? So what is the LCD? X minus 1. So this is x plus 5. And then negative 2 times x. Negative 2x. Negative 2 times negative 1 plus 2. And that is less than 0. So we will now get one rational fraction. Or what is that? Negative x
Plus
Plus
7.
7.
plus 7 over, all over, x minus 1 less than 0. Am I correct, children? Guys? Okay now, guys? Guys?
Yes, Prof.
Okay, I put it here so that we have enough space. So what are now the critical numbers? Guys? So for the numerator first, let's have the numerator. What is negative x minus 7? I'm negative x plus 7 when equated to 0. This gives us x equals
7.
7.
7. Okay? Because we have negative 7 divided by negative 1, 7. What about in the denominator?
1.
1.
Yan, very good. No? Di ba very easy? Is 7 part of the solution set or not?
Yes.
Not.
Opo.
Because equation is not part. Is that clear? Look at this. When x is 7, negative 7 plus 7, 0. 0 over 6. What is 0 over 6? 0. Is 0 less than 0?
No.
No. So it's not.
Mm.
Did you get that, children?
You
When
have
is
to
the
substitute it.
numerator's critical number part of the solution? When it is what? When equation is part of the given. Okay? If it is less than or equal to, greater than or equal to. But the denominator's zeros are never
Will never
solution.
be
Okay?
part.
Is that clear now, guys?
Okay.
Okay, so let's now proceed. So let's now have the sign table. See, I have already prepared the sign table. I am just pasting it. I save it already. For the sign table, we're going to use what in numbers in the interval? What are the partitions? 7 to the right, and then to the left is what? 1, no? What are the expressions? Negative x plus 7, okay? And then x minus 1. Am I correct, guys? Guys.
Yes,
By the
Prof.
way, don't chat because I don't see the chat box. I can put the chat box on the left side, so that I can see your chats. Okay. Yeah. So we now have the signs, no? Where am I going to write the 0 mark? So first expression here, no? Second one, when x is 1. So for the first expression, the coefficient is negative. So where am I going to put the positive sign? Guys, where's the positive sign?
On the right
Left
side.
po, sir.
The left.
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 Sir po. Left.
Left
What?
side. Is it hard to memorize? Okay now? So quotient, negative, positive, negative. I want what, guys? What do I want? What do I really, really want? I want,
Less than.
sorry,
Negative.
less na
Negative.
less. So this extreme signs na. So the left and right intervals. So what is now the solution set, guys? Take note, ha, we don't include 1 and 7. So both parentheses na. Yan. Okay, children? Do you know how to write this in set notation? Let's say the choices in the multiple choice in set notation. Set of all x, because our variable is x, such that x is to the left of 1 or x is to the right of 7. Okay, children? Or not and? Why is it not and? Why is it or? Oh, anyone? Spirit too?
No, sir, I don't know.
You don't know? What of no more spirit with you? No. It is or because when you choose a value to x, one at a time. Because if you choose x, you can choose x either to the left of 1 or to the right of 7, one at a time. Because if you use n, let's say x equals 5, x equals 5. Halimbawa, and you use n. Let's say you use n. X, is x less than 1? Is 5 less than 1 and at the same time greater than 7?
No.
No. It is just one of them. So you use or. You cannot have a number that is greater than 7, this 5, this 5 is cannot be greater than 7 and at the same time less than 1. It is just greater than 7. Okay, guys? You choose one at a time. Either you choose to the left of 1 or to the right of 7. Okay, now is Mr. Spiritu?
Yes, sir. Understand.
So is it now understood? Yes. Actually, many of you, most of you got nice scores naman, no? So it means it's not true that you are really finding the topics before difficult, no? Only few got low scores. And compared to the last year, your scores are better than them. Okay? Most of you. Okay, let's now have the fourth one. Is it fourth? Fifth? Fifth one. Number 5 now, guys. What if I have these children? Let's say I have x squared, x squared, and then plus 2x plus 3 all over x plus 1, and that is less than x plus 2. What about this? So question again, am I allowed to multiply by x plus 1 each side? Guys?
No.
No, because it contains a variable that x plus 1. So what we do, we transpose x plus 2 on the left side, no? When transposed on the left side, what will happen to the sign, children, of each? term on the right side.
Negative.
So negative x, then minus 2. Okay? I
Why
got the
not
wrong
X
writing.
plus?
So we have x plus 1. So, and then that is less than 0. Okay? So, to be really in the standard form, we need to express this as what? As one fraction, no? So, how will I do that? So, I'm going to get the LCD. What's the LCD, children?
X plus 1.
So, copy this, no? X squared plus 2x plus 3. The negative x first, multiply to x plus 1. That is negative x. Negative x squared, no? Sorry, negative x squared, negative x. What about negative 2? Negative 2x. What else? Negative 2, no? Am I correct, guys? All over x plus 1, less than 0. Let's simplify. So this is eliminated. 2x and negative 2x are also eliminated. What is left? Negative x. What else?
1
Plus 1.
Positive 1.
1.
All over x plus 1 less than 0. Okay? What are the critical numbers? Can you do it mentally now, guys? In the numerator, what is the critical number?
1.
1, no? What about in the denominator?
Negative 1.
Negative 1.
Very good. See? Oh. Are they parts of solutions?
No po.
The
No, sir.
numerator, not. The denominator, not
No.
also, no? Therefore, we now have, I think I need much space. Let me write it here. Yeah. Okay, let me write it here. There it goes. So let me have it. So it means these are equivalent. Okay. So let me move this and here. You know, if you have also bake or pen tablet gadget, you can participate in solving. No? You can easily participate. If you can afford to buy, get one, no? A pen tablet, so that you can write also. Sign table. We don't know if you go to college, how long will we be on online, no? What are the critical numbers? Negative 1 here, 1. Expressions, negative x plus 1, x plus 1. So let's put the 0 mark. So it is here, 0 when x is negative 1. So for the first expression, where am I going to write the negative? Guys, where am I going to put the negative?
At the right
Right.
po. Right
Right,
side.
negative, positive, positive. Here, negative to the left, positive to the right. So what is the quotient, guys?
Negative, positive, negative.
What am I going to choose?
Negative.
Because less, no? What is now the solution set? Set of all x such that x is less than negative 1 or x is greater than 1. And we don't include both negative 1 and 1, no? In interval notation, negative infinity to negative 1, but of course parentheses, union with parenthesis 1 to positive infinity. Okay?
Okay, po, sir.
Okay. Okay. What about number 6? Number 6 now. We have x plus 3, 4 minus x all over, let's say, 2x plus 5. Okay? And let's say greater than or equal to 0. What are the critical numbers, guys?
Positive. Dalawa po ba
Sorry.
pwede sa numerator? Since there's two numbers.
Sorry. What are the critical numbers? For the numerator first. How many in the numerator?
2.
2, no? Numerator. Can we do it mentally? What is the first critical number?
Negative
Negative 3.
Negative 3.
positive 4.
Positive 4. What about in the denominator?
Negative 5.
5 over
Negative 5 over
2.
negative 5 over 2. Which of these critical numbers are solutions? Are there?
Numerator po.
Right.
Negative 3 and
Numerator.
positive 4 because
4.
equation is part.
Yes.
Okay? This is never. Denominator zeros are never solution. Okay, guys?
Sir,
Yes po, sir.
Yes. Okay. Any question?
sir, I don't get how negative 3 is part of the solution set.
Negative 3 because it makes the numerator 0 also. Anything that will make the numerator 0 and once equation is part, it is included as part of the solution.
Okay, sir.
Okay now? Any question, guys? Any more questions? Okay? Guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we now have the sign chart. Let's now write the sign chart here. So there will be 1, 2, 3, three cut-off points or critical numbers giving how many intervals? 1, 2, around, I think 4, no? Okay, guys? Okay, so let us choose one here. I prepared one. Let me copy that. I prepared a sign table for such. Yan. So that I'll just copy it. Okay. Yan. Here it goes. Okay, so this is the sign table. See, I have an automatic sign table. I prepared a while ago. So that I will just copy it. So arrange from lowest to highest. Negative 3, no? Because this is negative 2.5. That is negative 2.5. That is negative 5 halves. And then after that, 4, right? Well, let's mark those that are part of solutions for negative 3. Got it, guys?
Yes po.
Okay? So we mark them so that you won't forget that these are part. Okay? Yeah. Okay, next, we write the expressions. X plus 3, x 4 minus x, 2x plus 5. Okay, be careful with the sign for minus x, huh? Let's put the 0 mark in each. -3, +4, -5/2. Okay? So, here, positive, positive, positive. Check if I'm correct, ha? Negative to the left. Since negative coefficient, negative, negative, ay positive, sorry. Positive, 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 negative. What about here?
Negative, negative,
negative.
positive, positive.
What about the sign?
Positive, negative, positive, negative.
Positive.
Positive, negative, positive,
Positive,
negative. Okay,
negative.
now,
Yes po.
what are we going to choose? You want it what?
Positive.
Positive.
Greater than,
Positive.
no? So, or equal to 0. So, it means we're going to choose this and this. Okay? Oh, how am I going to write that in set notation? Set of all x such that x is less than or equal to -3, or x is between 5/2 and 4. But we have to include 4. Am I correct, children?
Yes po.
Yes po.
Yes, sir.
So in interval notation, negative infinity, infinity we don't include, ha? Never. Because it's not a number. It means only that something is getting bigger and bigger without end negatively. Up to -3, you use bracket. Union for or. Okay? So for or, we use union. Not BPI, not BDO. Okay? So we have -5/2 parentheses, and then up to what? Up to 4. Okay, we include 4, so bracket. Okay, guys? You have 2 options for your answers. You can have this or this. Is that clear, children?
Yes po. Yes po.
Okay. Okay, now, let's have the last one before we go to systems of linear equations.
Hi, sir. Sir, can I screenshot for your last slide? Thank you, sir. Thank you po.
That's not the last one.
Okay, sir.
Yan.
Sir, will you upload the
Yes, of
PowerPoint?
course, I always upload. Have you seen already the last one?
Yes po, sir. Thank you po.
In the last that I uploaded?
Yes po, sir.
Okay. So let's now continue. So this is the last, guys. Number 7. So let's say I have -4 and then x minus 3 and then x minus 6. Okay, all over x squared plus 17x plus 6 and then times 7 here. Okay, so I want it to be less than or equal to 0. Get it, guys?
Yes.
So, yan. Okay? So, this is actually already in standard form. All we have to do is to express the denominator in factored form. So, what is the factored form of the denominator? Guys?
7x plus 3. X plus 2.
So, we have 7x plus 3, that is by trial and error, no? X plus what? Plus 2, no? Let's check. 3x, 14x, 17x. Then positive 6, 7x squared. Correct, no? You can include negative 4 to either x minus 6 or to x minus 3. Where do you want? So better to the one that is closer, no? What is that equal to? Negative
12.
4x plus
12.
12. What about the other factor? X minus 6.
Minus 6.
Okay, guys? You can choose whether you can choose to the x minus 3 or the x minus 6 to be multiplied to a negative 4. It's all right. You can put negative 4 to here so that you will have negative 4x, positive 24. But you have to just copy the x minus 3 or to the first one. So it's up to you. You do not have to worry. You will get the same answer at the end. Okay? So what are the critical numbers, guys? What are the critical numbers?
Positive 3.
So for the numerator, can you do it mentally?
Positive 3, positive 6.
Positive 3, positive 6. In the denominator, negative
3 over
2
7.
over 7. What else?
Negative 2.
Negative 2. So, and then after that, what am I going to consider as parts of solution? Do we have to consider this 3 and 6 as parts? Yes, no? And denominator, of course, never. Okay? Then we now have to prepare sign chart table. Okay now, guys? Okay, so I already have the sign table prepared. So all we have to do is to copy that. I prepared already a sign table so that I'm not going to draw lines anymore. Sign table. Okay? So we have, let's see, where did I put that? Let me check. Chuck. Where are you? Yan. There it goes. Yan. I prepared one. I anticipated how many intervals we are going to have maximum. Nasaan na yun? Where are you? Okay. Going back. So here, let's move. Oh, there. Okay? Oh. So let's see. We have here, arranged from lowest to highest, negative 2. Am I correct? Negative 3 over 7. Check my arrangement, ha? Then 3, the last one is 6. Okay, guys? What is the first expression? Negative 4x plus 12. Second one, x minus 6. Third one,
7x plus 3.
7x plus 3. Last one,
X
plus 2.
plus
then we now have the quotient, no? Quotient here. But don't forget, what are those included? 3 and 6. Okay, we now have the signs. Oh, let's put the 0 marks first. So here, 3, no? 3, 6, negative 3 over 7, negative 2. Okay, so negative coefficient. So positive, 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 negative, negative. So here positive because positive coefficient. Negative, negative, negative to the left. Negative, negative, positive, positive, positive. Am I correct, guys? Negative, positive, positive, positive.
Yes, sir.
yes, sir.
What's the quotient for the first column?
Negative.
Second.
Positive. Negative. Positive. Negative.
What intervals do I have to consider? I want it to be less. This and this together with, there are 3 intervals for which this case will be less than, okay, or equal to. To be equal, 3 and 6 are considered. So let's now write the solution set. What do you want? Do I have to write in set notation? In set notation, set of all x, such that x is less than negative 2 or x is between negative 3 over 7 and what? And 3, but we have to include 3. Or, another or, we have what? Greater than
Greater than
equal to
6.
6. In interval notation, we now have negative infinity to less than negative 2. So it means parentheses. It means parentheses union with. Again, union, not BPI, not BDO. Oh, okay. What else? Negative 3 over 7. And then up to 3 included, right? Union with bracket again. Bracket here, bracket 6 to positive infinity. Very clear, guys? Guys?
Yes,
Yes, sir.
sir.
So, yes,
Yes, sir.
children. We're done. Are there taking the screenshots? Okay, take the screenshots now.
Are we allowed to?
Thank you, sir.
After all, it will be uploaded, so it might just make your memory full. And aside from that, in case I get mistakes, I check it I finalize it. Because sometimes, even though you are listening, but you don't see mistakes, I do not know why. There are times after discussion, I could still find mistake that you did not notice, and I did not notice also. So that's why I am still finalizing. Okay? Okay, guys? Hi, guys. By the way, when you go to your pre-calculus, even though I'm not your teacher, I can still help you. No, you can just PM me if you have questions, especially if you're already in calculus or even in your college. You just PM me. I will help you. Okay, guys. You know, my role too is not just during during our time. I can extend my help even you are no longer my student. Free. But not everything, huh? You don't have to ask me to solve everything. I'll just give you perhaps hints, or if I have time, I can possibly solve if you have problems, but not the test, of course, huh? Okay, guys? Oh, guys.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Thank you,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Thank you po.
Okay, you can ask for some lecture notes also. I can share it with you. Even you are not my students anymore.